what would you say was the defensible part of it? What made it so that those artists didn't jump to other platforms when a bunch of others popped up, saw what you guys are doing, and tried to copy in different ways?
So number one is it's free to be an artist on TeePublic, so there's no reason to take your art off of TeePublic, which means we essentially have no churn. Nobody ever leaves TeePublic. People sort of go what we call it inactive, where they're not uploading new art, but they never take their old art down, which means even if somebody comes into the market now, every month we're building and building and building, and the marketplace is growing. And so the moat is always growing, and it's never getting smaller, which is fairly unique, because it's like only upside. You can make more money if you just keep your art up there, take $100 a month. The second thing was because of the tight nucleus that we began with, we were creating such an absurd experience for our community. We were so supply-side focused. We were so much more supply-side, artist-side focused than our competition or anyone who really came after, who really, I think, thought about the business as more of a traditional brand almost, where it's like we're gonna use these artists as the content generation, but we're the brand. Like, we're gonna go out and market to the customer. Whereas we were completely community focused. We said we are going to build the best community. We're gonna have the best community managers. And once we created an amazing experience for 1,000 people, we didn't say, now we're going to go sort of nurture the customers. We said, no, like, now we're going to figure out how we scale creating incredible experiences for our supply side users, because marketplaces are all about the supply side, not the demand side. If you get the supply side right on a marketplace, the demand side should come through. That was the thesis. And so I'd say those are the two ways we really kept the competition at bay.
And then on the community side, what were those things that you guys did? What did your community managers do to make a special experience for those sellers on the platform?
Yeah. So the main thing I would say is if you're an artist on TeePublic, there is an individual human with a name that works in our office in New York that you know. And what we spent a lot of time building, instead of, we could have been building, external marketing, or we could have been building even things on the platform itself. When we were building behavioral automated marketing tools that would allow us to scale the experience of having a one-to-one relationship with a community manager. So if you hadn't uploaded in 60 days, or if your sales used to be X a month and now we're Y a month and we're starting to drop off, we began to automate all of those things, but not automate those things with a newsletter from TeePublic saying, hey, we saw these things, whatever. One-to-one message from your essentially sales coach saying, we saw this, do this, it will work. Like, trust me. And that's an email. It's not a newsletter. I mean, you can respond to that email and get on the phone with that person and start talking about how to drive more sales. And so we spent years, and are still doing it today, building technology to enable us to have those sort of personal conversations at scale.